right. So tomato farming is an amazing thing, you know. By the way, it's the most cultivated plant on the planet. Okay, I mean vegetable, fruit vegetable, and it's not difficult at all. This is, by the way, this is a lettuce, organic lettuce. Okay, it's a chicorea family, very delicious. Okay, grapes. Grape is a wonderful crop if you can have it. It's easy to grow. It has many benefits. It's a very healthy food, nutritious, energetic. And here in Portugal we grow it like this. In this climate you can grow it also like this. And underneath you can grow your vegetables. Okay? So no question. These are structures, but I've learned to grow them also observing nature. I saw one big oak tree full of an old plant of grape that was growing there. And there was full of grapes, so I went on a tree, I harvested, I tried the grapes, it was delicious. So I thought, instead of making those expensive forms and keeping them up, you know, fences and posts, I decided to plant some acacia trees. And the grapes just grows around. And before I came here, I just planted a whole farm with trees, acacia and grapes. This is pressing the juice. This is a man-made, self-made press. So we squeeze, get the juice out, it's filtered and put into bottles, glass bottle, and then it is pasteurized. Pasteurization is not sterilization. Pasteurization is you put those bottles sealed when they are, it has to be fresh juice, okay, before it ferments. So you have to cold press it, put it into the bottle, seal it with a simple sealer, press the cap in, those are metal caps, and then we put them in a oil drum with water, we make a fire underneath, and we bring the water to 80 degrees centigrade for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Let the water cool down, you stop the fire, cool it down. In the morning, you take the bottles out, you put them somewhere in a dark room, and they keep 10, 20 years without fermenting. So you have calorie nutrition for many years ahead of time. Whatever happens tomorrow, you have something sweet to drink, and you can do this with any kind of fruits. You can do it with mango, with any kind of juicy fruits, of course. Okay, and you can also do it with like papaya. Okay, too much papaya. Then you do a smoothie. You blend them. You put them in jars. You heat up the pulp. When it's 100 degrees, boiling, you put it into a jar. You seal it. That's called sterilization. Okay. You can do this with tomatoes, but also in this climate, I would rather dry the fruits. Okay, to build a simple solar dryer. Strawberries. Okay, when you are in the country, one of the big issues people bring to me, and I face the same, of course, and that is buildings. Well, since I'm an architect and I love to design and to build, I build my own house, and actually this is a sanitarium, lifestyle. These are stones from the farm, and of course this is designed, but inside it's mostly rock and stones with a coating, plaster of lime and clay. Okay, this is the wood structure, how to work. So this is this clay we use for plastering the walls. We use also wood. And this is how this is built. Now this is a bit fancy, but very simple to build when you know how to do it. Very inexpensive, because it's basically built with gravel, sand, and stones. 90% or 80% of the ingredients are just around the place. So this is how it is. This is the inside of the room, of the hall. But it's just rocks, you can see them. We have lots of water, so we have water tanks and with fish ponds, and so this is for beauty. This is a life retreat, lifestyle center. So it has to have a lot of wonderful things around, so people can rediscover a new way of living, new way of life. This is a porch here. Yeah. See, this is country living. And people say, oh, but you did it because you had a lot of money. When I started this project, I had $500 in my pocket. It's God's miracles, okay? All right. So this is a lifestyle here center with the principle we use here. You know, it's an anagram I was inspired to make. Recreation, 10 vital principles, regular exercise, trust in God, cleanliness, purity of life, very important. Okay, rest when it is time, proper rest. Go to bed early and wake up early. A beautiful environment, lots of water, temperance, in sunshine, open, pure air. Now, where can you have open, pure air unless you are in the country? It's an essential factor for health, because you can live 3 days without water, but 3 minutes without air. And of course, nutrition, very essential. So this is just a little outline of what we do. Teach people how to breathe, how to live, to be happy, to enjoy life, take the good side of it. This is to give treatments. You know, we need to assist the body to expel the impurities. Disease is an effort of nature to expel toxins that have been introduced by wrong lifestyle, transgression of the laws of life. That's what disease is. Any disease, doesn't matter. You'll find this in the book Ministry of Healing, page 127. Okay, so you can read it and learn from that. And it says our work is to ascertain the cause and then to do what? To assist nature to expel those impurities. And one of the ways we do this is, of course, drinking lots of water and using steam bath. Okay, Russian steam bath, not the dry steam bath. This is humid steam bath. Put a person there, they sweat 12 minutes, get them a cold shower, rest half an hour. Very simple. Oh, here you don't have to do too much of that because it's so warm. You sweat a lot. So be careful with air conditioning, by the way, okay? In your car, it's okay because it gets really hot, but at home, not the best. All right, this is a room. And of course, we do training classes on nutrition, how to cleanse. Because disease is brought by two things. Eating the wrong things, all right, and not having enough nutrition. That's the two main cause of diseases. So to reverse the steam, all you have to do is to get back, first of all, eliminate, clean the natural channel, open the channels, colon, liver, kidneys, lungs, and skin. Very simple. So find the strategies how to do that. And then introduce powerful nutrition, fresh foods, variety, abundance, okay? Excuse me. And most of the time, people cannot do it because this is what I cannot afford. That's why we say, well, what about growing your food? Okay. Which is, of course, a privilege today. So this is how we serve breakfast to people. Every person has a tray with different things on it. Every day it's different. Every person has a different plate or preparation. This is lunch. And this is a sweet pie, fruit pie, with no sugar, no artificial sugar, no refined sugar. This is just fruits and nuts and some grains. Okay, no oil, by the way. Okay. Yesterday we recorded a session on health. Please have a look at it if you were not here. Okay, you will learn. I hope you will learn a few good things. Okay, this is our kitchen. This is all. We build all that stuff ourselves. You know, we didn't have money to hire people. We also do reaching out, community service. Okay, back to our topic on agriculture. Connecting to the next presentation is this one. And this is what we call a tree. A tree has as much life or more underground than here. All right. Here we're dealing with light atoms, okay, sunlight, and it's not an atom, it's a radiation. Then we have oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon. Those are light atoms. Okay. Nitrogen, you breathe it all the time. It's a neutral gas. In the soil, we have 3 here. We have 28 here. 28 heavy atoms. Now, quickly, the atomic charges here are light, and they're atomic boundings. You cannot destroy atomic boundings, can you? That would be atomic fraction, then you would have an atomic bomb. Okay, so the bindings here are atomic, so you cannot destroy air, can you? You can pollute air, but you cannot destroy it. You can pollute water, you cannot destroy water, all right? Because they are atomic binded molecules. But the soil has those 28 atoms are all held together through electrical charges. Can you interrupt an electrical charge? I just have to unplug and that's it. Okay, turn off the bottom, boom, no more electricity, it's gone. So while these particles here, this world here, you cannot destroy it, not easily. You would have to boil all the oceans to get rid of the water, okay? But to disrupt this system here, it's very easy because all the charges are basically negative and positive charges, anions and cations, and the relation between both, and it's very easy to disrupt that. All you have to do is to use, just for example, you have a soil, you use a metal spade, just metal, put into the soil, you have disrupted all the charges. This is the beginning of killing the soil. That's why in the Bible, it says in Genesis 1:15, okay, that man was commanded to serve the soil or to dress the soil, not to till it. Okay? So if, of course, we understand at times you have to, and we call that landscape, you may have a slope and you may have to do something, you know, like this. Okay? This is called landscaping. When you make a rice paddy, you're landscaping. But then, when it comes to your daily or your yearly work, you don't have to turn all that. Then you have to find ways to do the work the way the master gardener, who is our model, the way he makes the forest. The forest here, an untouched forest, you don't have to till the ground. Excuse me. You don't have to put any granules. There are trees in the world today, still a few, not many. I saw one in southwest Palawan last 2 weeks ago. Okay, it was about 50 meters tall. There are some 80. It was pretty big. So if you have a tree here, let me show you a tree here. Okay, here's a tree. Okay, and here is you. That's a tree. Whatever around here, those are bushes. Even those are bushy plants. This is a tree. It's about 200 or 300 or 400 years old. I don't know. Okay, it can be 2,000 up to 2,000 years old. And that tree has a pivotal root system. It can go 100 meters deep. Maybe 300 feet. Okay. And of course, it has two kinds of roots: horizontal and vertical. The vertical root, when it rains, will bring the water down. That we have found in caves 150 meters underground, roots of an oak tree on top dripping water. No tree, the water stays on the soil. Maybe 1 or 2 millimeters will go in, and the rest will stay there, and if it has a little slope, it will go down. Every person in this room is responsible, as you eat, we're each losing about 3 tons of topsoil a year per hectare. 3 tons. You're losing 3 tons. I mean, we are losing every one of us 3 tons per year per hectare. So if you have 1 hectare of land, okay, 1 hectare, a little slope, you are losing every year between 30 and 250 tons of top. This is ton. 1 ton is 1,000 kilo. So you're losing between 1 and 5, 6, 7, 8 semi-load or biggest truck you can think of soil a year per hectare. That's serious. That's why we're coming into a time where there is no more soil. People ask me, do I have good soil here? You know, here is some soil. So is this good soil on my farm? And I look at it. Well, before even I go, I know already. I say, what did you grow? Did you burn the soil? Did you burn the plants? Did you cut all the trees? Oh, he says, yeah, that's how we do it here. Oh, okay. Well, I don't even have to go and look at your soil because you have no soil. Your soil is in the ocean long time ago. When 300-400 years ago, when you have this big forest, even on a slope on a hill, you have this big tree growing, you know, okay? When it rains, what happens? And underneath you have these sequences here, complex. 1 hectare, 1,000 species. 1 hectare of untouched forest is 1,000 species of plants. Hundreds of species of insects, animals, you name it. All right? And then we cut all that. Well, we burn all the undercover here. What happened? Now you have a naked soil. Rains on it. Your topsoil made of mulch, those fine particles of vegetation, it's gone in the ocean. When that is gone, it takes 1,000 years to make that much of soil, topsoil, 1,000 years. When this is gone, you work with subsoil. Now, the good news, don't have to wait 1,000 years. It takes a few months to a few years to restore the soil to some of its fertility. I'm not saying you're going to have what you had before, all right? But to some fertility, I need to understand something, and something very fundamental. If you write down anything, please write this down. Fertility, the soil we have here are more or less laterite soil. Okay? This is tropical climate. We have laterite soil. In a northern climate, the fertility can be in the soil because the decomposition process is slow. Here it's very fast. Something falls on the ground, it's gone in 6 months, it's gone. You have insects, all kinds of animals going to eat it, take care of it, and put it into the soil. But on this kind of soil, the fertility is not in the soil. So you can write this down. Fertility in a tropical climate like here, fertility is not in the soil mostly. It's on the soil and the plants that grow. That's where your fertility is. It's not in adding granules that will solve the problem. It's in covering your soil with sufficient material, and in growing things, they will bring down water, pull up nutrients, leaves will fall, carbon will be falling on the ground, producing humus. This is a cycle, life cycle. And we're going to talk about life cycle in our next presentation. We're going to talk about the carbon cycle and the nitrogen cycle. Okay? As the two main components that you need to think about, knowing also that in a soil you have the potential of having 103 micronutrients, micro and macro. Macro means big, micro of course means small. You have about 103. Okay? I'm not saying you have it all the time, but, and by the way, the only place in the world where you can have all this, guess where it is? In the sea water. Sea water has all the 103. I'm going to talk about this in our next talk. Okay, this is the end for this one. Thank you very much.
He's Coming Broadcasting Network.